My name is Kenny Thacker, and welcome to Create Deeper.
What made you not want to give up and push forward with the movement, even after the slight bit of negativity that was associated with it?
Yeah, so after I mentioned releasing the project, we received positive feedback. But what kind of pushed me forward and continue with the project? Because we just did an installment for the women, which was amazing, and we are doing the second installment for men's next Saturday, this upcoming Saturday. So it's right around the corner.
Nice.
And things like someone reaching out to me from London saying, "Hey, this has made it all the way to London. We need something like this. I would love to talk to you about how we can recreate this in London." Or someone reaching out to me from Brazil and saying, "Hey, the black man in Brazil also needs something like this. I would love to get your feedback on how we can recreate this and utilize it for a Brazilian audience." That is what has propelled me to push forward, because it's not just an American issue, I guess, or it's not just an American concept, but it's a concept that can be applied in several ways in several countries. And I'm excited that this small project has inspired other people to want to do something that makes sense and tailor it to their country or tailor it to their specific issues.
Well, that's the beauty of technology.
Absolutely.
You know, so like I said, like there's a negative side, but there's a
Absolutely.
beautiful side to it. And like as quickly as it, happened, you
For
guys
sure.
getting on positive feedback. Aaron, what do you think made you not want to give up or maintain your presence within the organization or the group?
Well, as Marquelle stated, the feedback was overwhelmingly positive. I had a lot of people reaching out to me, and I would, of course, forward them to Marquelle. How can I be a part of this, or how can I start this? That and as a black man, you're seeing a lot of negative imagery of black men. So one of Marquelle's goals was to just put out positive imagery of black men. We're in the financial district. We're dressed up, and we're not just dressed up because this is a photo shoot, but this is what we do. You'll see me like this on a Wednesday just because it's Wednesday. And just to have an alternative to the imagery that's there. I'm a black man, so I see a lot of black men in sports, fashion, and entertainment. But outside of that, you don't really have an alternative that black men can identify with. So to be asked to be a part of that, I was very flattered, and just to still be a part of that, and to still for him to ask me to come on for the next installment to just continuously put out that positive black imagery. I was like I said, flattered to be a part of that.
Yeah, and the beautiful thing about it, before I get to you, Shola, is that it's the day-to-day black man.
Right.
Yeah. No one talks about that guy.
Right.
No one talks about that guy.
No.
It's normally, and no disrespect to the entertainers and rappers,
Right,
whatever,
of course.
athletes, but it's that day-to-day black man that I think gets overshadowed and also gets mistreated the most, because the athletes aren't going through half the stuff the guy on the street's going through, right?
No. Right.
Shola.
In my opinion, I truly believe that any type of movement that is just put in place to put a positive perception of African Americans forward is something that to me is like there's no reason why you shouldn't want to be a part of it. With TNS, Marquelle, Aaron, and I, the gentlemen that are and the women that are being a part of it, we are all using what we're proficient in to push a positive perception of African Americans forward. So if you ask me, I mean, why not? Why wouldn't you want to push that forward? Why wouldn't you want to be a part of that? And at the end of the day, for me, anything that'll push like a good image of us forward is all that matters to me. So that's why those negative comments and like the feedback that wasn't so great, that could have slowed the average person down, couldn't really affect my drive and kill my stride. So yeah.
Where do you draw your inspiration from with all the photography stuff that you do?
I view photography as like a mode of communication for me, and I use photography to kind of communicate like what's trending in my life and everything around me. Do I have one particular inspiration that drives photography? No, maybe the way that I carry myself in life, and I can say that one of the main sources of my inspiration is my father. Growing up, I just remember like seeing him, the way he carried himself, the way he went about his day. Like, you'd hear a lot of his friends refer to him as like a white nigger, and I hope I can say that on camera. White nigger, because of the fact that the way that he went about his day is just like he was kind of free and unwavering and just straightforward, not taking no for an answer, and I feel in his own way he excelled in life. I feel like he came pretty far, and he's a successful black man, and I didn't understand what that white nigga word meant until some of my friends started calling me. And when my friends started calling me that, I started realizing what was going on in my life. What was I doing? It just seemed like every job opportunity that I had, I was able to excel in every single moment that I was able to like just employ my gifts. I was able to go far with it, and I think it could be attributed to the fact that I didn't let the color of like my skin and like certain attributes define me. I just kind of just went on with it and just did what I can and did what I had to do to get by with whatever I had to get by with. So
it's interesting how they would use words like white nigga to like almost demasculate and dehumanize the person. You know, words are very hurtful sometimes. They're very hurtful sometimes, but it's also a matter of, you know, are you Superman? Is that going to deflect off you, or are you going to take that and let it depress you and bring you down, right? Very, very great answer there. If you could pick, Shola, just like one classic look from a movie, what would it be? And as a photographer, I know you have a good eye, so I know you should be able to answer this question.
I'm gonna get judged for this, but I mean, so what? I think Eddie Murphy was one of the baddest dudes to ever do it. Like, I think his style was A1, specifically in Boomerang. Like, every single blazer, trench coat, sweater he had on in that movie was top notch. And that's this type of style that I like. I mean, as you can see, I do wear ties at work, but I like open shirts. I do like velvet blazers or suede blazers. I do like velvet loafers. I mean, it's just, I think that's so smooth. And Eddie Murphy did that really well.
I think he upped it with Harlem Nights.
Oh.
Yeah, like that was like the classic. I guess I'm old.
That was a classic. I think like man.
Harlem will do that to you.
Exactly. Yeah, I live in Harlem, so Harlem Nights all day. You know, and it was interesting because one thing that a lot of people don't know is that, or forget about the movie Boomerang, that he was a black man in advertising. And as a black man in advertising, you don't see that a lot. You don't see a lot of black men in advertising, period. So to see a black man in advertising and to be killing it on the level that he was, okay, it's a fictional story, but to be killing it on the way that he was just incredible to see. Aaron, how has your cultural upbringing influenced your personal style? As they call you, the Reverend.
Wow. So,
but how's Brooklyn life, like, you know, influence your style? Because Brooklyn has so many influences. Like the minute you get on that bridge, either whether it's Manhattan Bridge, Williamsburg Bridge, Brooklyn Bridge, the minute you get on, you're influenced by Brooklyn.
So I was born in the late 80s, and you know, my brother and my sister, they would have the Source magazine, Word Up magazine. So you got these posters on the wall of Biggie, Salt and Pepper, Tupac, and you know, all these people. So you know, back in that day, it was more of an oversized thing. And, you know, so my mother, you know, my parents who didn't really have much, you know, the oversized thing kind of just fit perfectly, because now I get to buy my kids clothes large and they could wear it for years, and you know, so you know, for me, I just thought it was a style. But growing up, I'm like, wow, we didn't really have it like that. So initially, you know, I just kept with that, and I was buying my clothes so big, like my waist was never larger than a 34, but I was wearing size 40 pants. You know, I never sagged my pants, but right, Jesus, right. I never sagged my pants, but you know, I would get the length and the width so big so I could still have that same effect. You know, so honestly, it wasn't until, you know, I gained the confidence to really venture out and to see what is my style. This is what, you know, I grew up doing, but this is not really me. You know, I really just had this thought, you know, why do I have on so much material? Like, this is not eco-friendly. Like, I'm wasting so much, you know, things. And that's really, after that thought, I'm wasting so much, you know, material. I, you know, purchased my first pair of skinny jeans or something like that. So, you know, that didn't happen, you know, until I was like maybe 17, 18 years old. So, you know, it took me a little while to kind of get out of the culture that I was brought up in and to kind of develop my own type of style.
Okay. Yeah. So, gentlemen, what do you feel is missing organically from male fashion, and how can it be fixed?
I'll start with that question. I think it's a great question. I think that what was missing is probably being solved. One of the things that was missing in men's fashion was this there was kind of like a gender divide, if that made any sense. Especially if you think in terms of color psychology. Certain colors were associated with being more masculine and other colors associated with being more feminine. But I think over the past 2 seasons at least, men and women have embraced some of the same colors. And this project in so many ways is about being expressive and about using a medium that you're passionate about to spread a message. And I was very, very shy as a kid. I was one of those kids that if someone reached out to me, I would run to my mom. And so whenever I was able to get in a place where I could dress the way I wanted to, fashion or style, more so style, was my way of speaking before people kind of spoke to me. And I think that now that those barriers are kind of being decreased each season over season, it allows people to be more authentic to themselves, which is again what this project is also about. So that was missing, and I think that it's becoming more prevalent. And guys are embracing color, they're embracing print, they're embracing shape, and I encourage it.
Cool. To me, men's fashion is all about just, having a true sense of self, having a true sense of your own individuality, and just not being scared to just do what defines you. A lot of my friends, we all dress so differently. Some of my friends, you won't ever see them, wearing certain colors. Me, I don't give a damn. Whatever that looks nice, it looks nice. I mean, I'm so New York. I do most likely will be caught in black. I mean, but I do like accents of red. So what will I do? I'll add red to my outfit because it defines me. So just do you. I mean, that's how I see it.
I think Shola, definitely. I agree with Shola. Definitely individuality, and like Marquelle said, men embracing colors that were once considered more feminine. I love color. I love color. So sometimes people will say they have these outdated thought process. You have on a pink shirt.
Or a pink double-breasted suit.
Or a pink double-breasted suit.
You got a lot of attention from that, man. Honestly, out of all of the pictures that we posted, man, everyone was checking out that suit. Shout out to you. I need that suit.
So, right, I love color, and honestly, to talk about the suit, that's what I wanted, and I couldn't find it. I went to maybe 2 or 3 different stores, and I just, I went to a tailor, and I was like, listen, this is what I want. And, sometimes, so just really not really caring about, I guess whatever the norms are, and just kind of doing what feels right, true to you, like kind of showing.
Because when you think about it, I mean, and I'm not as versed in fashion as well as you guys, but I am fly as shit. But fashion is about taking risks at the end of the day, right?
That, man. Yeah.
I mean, because if you want to dress like someone the whole day, then you can join the army and be a police officer. I don't vibe being either. No. But you can do that if you don't want to stand out.
Exactly.
If you don't want to be different. You know what I mean? If you don't have much to say. I personally love wearing black all the time, but then, once in a blue moon, maybe you will catch me in something, as fly as like a double-breasted pink suit. I may have fun with it too. But, I think at the end of the day, it's all about taking those risks as a person, regardless if you're a man or a woman, it's about taking those risks. I think that's highly important.